Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today we're going to be going into the first of the difficult fights for the Union Battle Chancellor's Bonds. This one is in the Marsh versus the Orc. 462k EP. Immediately, my problem as a creator is that you can only do it one time, and then you can't go back into it. So I'm going to have to, get to the nuke turn and then tell people that, yeah, this will do 1.6 million damage or something, and then just quit and then use a different team and get up to that point. And I just have to assume that all the teams I'm using are going to do 1.6 million. It's not the greatest strategy as far as making a video that's informative, but it's kind of what I have to do. Otherwise, I'm going to show you one team and we're out. And I don't think that's very useful either. So we're going to have to take the lesser of two evils on this approach. But the Orc, again, has 1.6 million. Physical attack, stun evasion for 3 turns, does heal, does stun us. He can give himself invincibility for 3 turns and a continuous heal, which could be interesting. Gives himself the ult, the massive physical attack buff, and then lowers our protection gauge by 100. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Protection gauge does not actually cap out at 100. It caps out at around 60 something. So he's going to take away more than 1 full protection gauge. And then does seal magic skills and recovers stat abnormalities. So vengeance or some other kind of debuff is going to be gone. So let's just go in with a team and figure out what this fight is even about first off. And we'll just go in with this because we know Warrior's Mind does way more damage than 1.6 million, so if you have any semblance of this team, you're going to be okay. But I do want to see on what turns things activate. So, let's bring Blanc in for Gobwa, let's bring Violet in for Xion, we'll use the Rainbow Convert, and that'll get us an ult for Blanc, so that'll be nice. But yeah, I kind of want to see what happens here. Alright, so he hits 2600 on the counter. Not that bad. What does he do turn 1? Does he stun us? Does he grit? Physical attack, stun evasion. 3500 right there because of the physical buff. Okay, getting stronger. I get it. Alright, let's do... let's get you out of here. And then we'll use Xion to alt swap. Use the orange buff. And we'll bring Gobwa in for Xion, I guess. And this will get the EX ult for both of them. Control stacks. So he can recover stat abnormalities, which means that somewhere along the line, the control and the debuffs and the dread effect are just going to not be there anymore. But we got to figure out on what turn that happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. Double EX ult. So, I mean, we're gonna do 1.6 million damage on turn 3. 40k on the Pierce. And another hit. Okay, there's the control. Okay, fine. I kind of just want to keep going and not kill him. So let's just send 1 orb. What does turn 4 look like? Physical attack, stun evasion again. Okay, nothing wild and crazy quite yet. Turn 5? Or end of turn 4, let's see what he does. Another single target hit. He's got the ult coming. I mean, so far it's not really any different than, like, the Calamity Conquest Golem, or Orc. Alright, that wasn't an immediate one-shot. Alright, so that was the stat abnormality. So the end of turn 5, he will recover. This is a permanent debuff, but if we were to have like the control stacks or something, or vengeance, it would be gone. And now he's also invincible for 2 more turns and heals, which means that even if you get him down to 1 HP, he's going to live, and then he'll start healing back from that. So let's take Violet out so she doesn't die. And we'll just show off the example of that power. So 1, 2. Oh, we can still use the Pierce as well. Yeah, why not? Let's do all the damage, but then just watch him just tank it, because he's a G like that. Okay. So I guess I guess we could just go to turn 6 and be like, oh, hey, yeah, we did 1.6 million damage. Just do it a turn early. Gobwa, 3.9. There's the grit. 3.2 million right there. So we've quadrupled his HP or something like that. More than that. But he can't die. He can't die. And he's going to heal back from this as well. Yeah, ooh, 50%. Wow. Alright, so, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Can't die. He can die next turn if we have the ult, but he's going to be back at full HP, so if you nuked into him and you're lacking ults now and you don't have the skill points to do it again, you're going to have to kill him pretty quickly. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty telling. Let's see anything else happens at the end of turn 7. This is just for science right now. And then he's going to heal back up to full HP, essentially, or almost full. And he is no longer invincible. Go ahead and send one orb. What is the effect here? Everyone's dead. Okay. Almost everyone's dead. And then probably Violet and Gobbo die here. Oh, okay, he recovers abnormalities again. Okay, so, yeah. There are some hard limits on what you're trying to do here. Obviously, you don't want to hit that invincibility factor. So if you can do 1.3 million damage in, like, 5 turns, you're going to be looking pretty good. Obviously, the Warriors Mind team can do it because we did it, but he was invincible. Let's try a different team. Alright, let's use the new Spiritmaster team. We know that we're going to be here for a while, so we can get some stacks in. And the hero is going to really be able to rush our ult pretty quickly. And this team can do 1.6 million damage type neutral, especially with all the buffs active, or most of the buffs active. I don't think we need everything. I do want a better starting hand, though. Alright, better starting hand. We can actually work with this one. Let's bring Leon in for Redis, because she's got the next incoming orb. And we'll bring Velzard in for Blanc. Okay. So we know that we just have to do 1.6 million damage, and we got to do it in 5 turns, which on a traditional stacking team with no rainbow orbs might be kind of difficult. So if you're using a different blue stacking team, Primal Demon, Commander, Visions of Coleus, like you might want to bring a rainbow converter, any of them, and just make your life a little bit easier. Double stack here, and I guess we'll burn the oranges out. That way we can maybe orb change on turn 3. Also get some extra Leon ult here. 70 points, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I mean, Warriors Mind 2.0, recent team. Spiritmaster is the current team. So these are probably the teams that people are going to have if they've been playing it at least the last, like, 2 months. If you also have the Freerun team, then great. But you don't... Like, that team will definitely do it. Also, you can't stun the orc, I don't think. Yeah, he's got stun resistance right here. So, using the Frostbite skill from Velzard wouldn't really do that much for you. Let's go ahead and alt swap orb change here. So we'll leave Leon's ult, but we're going to use Jean's skill to give us the full benefit of 6 blue orbs. The weakness strike stacks from the alts don't mean anything, because again, we're type neutral. Okay, yep, thank you for that. And we're going to have a Leon EX ult easily by turn 6, so it will turn 5. So you can easily do it. Easily do it. Even if you don't have Jean or something, different buffing character, like even if you have the hero, Redis, Velzard, and Leon, like it's still not going to be all that difficult. Okay. Boom, boom, another stack. Turn 5, traditionally where you're going to nuke, we're going to have the EX ult with these orbs plus the 50%. We'll have almost 300 points. It's not quite the full amount, but we don't need the full amount to do the damage. Alright, he just likes to counter, apparently. Alright. Turn 5. Let's see what it's going to give us. A good hand right there. Perfect. Okay, so let's make sure we can get the full benefit off of this. Let's alt swap orb change again. Can we stun him now, actually? No, he reapplied it. Okay, that's fine. Let's get Redis out of here. And we'll use Leon's orb change again. Double stack. And then we'll nuke on turn 6. Leon will do some millions of damage with pretty much every buff activated, and we'll be done with this team, technically. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have triple alts, so I don't even think we're going to need to bring Blanc in for her buff. If we just use the 3 up front, we're going to be okay. So take the alt, crit against Leon, still didn't do anything. Alright, there's the invincibility. Now we're safe to nuke. And let's get the... There you go, there's the alt gauge. So, let's do 1, 2... Come on, come on. Oh my god, take forever. Magic skill is sealed. Gotta remember that. Alright. Well, let's just do the 1 orb. Let's let the seal fall off. Now we can nuke. He's still invincible. Turn 7. I mean, that's pretty much a traditional nuking team right there anyways. 1, 2, 3. Leon himself, easily going to clear 1.6. The extra damage here, just for fun. Yeah, 2.9. Pretty much doubled it. The extra damage, again, is just for fun. So, Spiritmaster can do it. If you don't have Jean, just use the Blanc buff. Use something else. Use crit or synergy. Like, you can use any kind of skill that you want on this fight, which is good, because it allows for a lot of team building options. Okay, final team that we're going to use is going to be Exalted Champions with Visions of Coleus Violet. 2 single target alts. I feel like we should be able to get it done with the magic buff, the synergy buff, the attack buff, the element buff, Milim's own alt buff. We can rush Violet's alt with Guy as well. So I think this should work. And at this point, like most people who are playing right now have 3 teams. They have the Freerun team, or they have the Warrior's Mind team, or they have the Spiritmaster team. And we use the Warrior's Mind and the Spiritmaster team in this video, and we saw that we do way too much damage. So that'll win. The Freerun team, if you have it, yeah, you know that team does enough damage, so you don't really need to see it in action here. But for people who don't have the Freerun team because it's a collab, well, your options are pretty low. This is kind of like a Grasping at Straws team. Maybe you haven't played in a while, you played a year ago, you have these units, and you've come back and you're like, I still want to beat this. Alright, well, let's try and beat it for realsies. So we're going to nuke on turn 5. Like we're actually attempting to do something important here. So let's do you, and then let's take Rimuru out, and we'll just send these 4 orbs for Milim. We'll have access to Velzard turn 2 because of the protection traits. And, I mean, I assume that we're going to be able to get this done, but you know what happens when we assume, right? Okay, we have no Milim orbs. Kind of unfortunate. Let's use the green buff, and then we'll bring Guy in for Veldora. Use his alt rush ability. He'll hit all 3 characters, so that's good. And then we'll bring Rimuru in. So I kind of wish Milim had some orbs here. It'd be kind of useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have an EX alt for Violet. That's cool and everything. But we're gonna have to wait an extra turn to get Milim's alt, and then we're just gonna hold on to a whole bunch of buffs in the back. Or Milim could just not get anything here. That's fine. It's cool. Alt swap. Okay, and then we can't use that skill because we don't have an alt anymore. Let's take Rimuru out and alt rush again because we know we're not going to get it. Velzard, full convert. We'll send the Guy alt now just because there's no point holding on to it. He's an AoE character. He's not going to do as much damage as the other 2 girls. Maximum points, which means that next turn we can send Violet and Milim away with the synergy buff and the magic buff. And then turn 4, we just need enough points to get to use the attack buff and Milim's own personal buff, which is not going to be very difficult. Okay. So yeah, we're looking really good here. So, I mean, could we... Oh, we could nuke now. Let's just do that. Okay. Let's do... No one has an ult in the back right now. Alright, so Guy buff. Cool. Let's bring in Rimuru so we can use his attack buff. Attack, magic, alt damage. Milim's alt buff is personal. It does not affect Violet at all, which is kind of unfortunate. Also, the weakness strike on that buff isn't going to do anything because we're type neutral. But here's assuming that this will kill in 4 turns. Violet does 673, which means Millim's gonna almost solo that. So there we go. 3.5, because technically we know the Freeran team can do this easily. 3.5 teams that you can use to clear the extreme level fight, and then we can't do it again. So if that doesn't work for you, I mean, you could ask me in the comments if you think X and Y team will work, and I can maybe just assume that you have what you need and give you a yes or no. But if anybody else used a different team that actually worked, please put that in the comments so other people can see that and be like, oh, I can build that instead. And that'll save me a lot of heartache, and it'll save other people a lot of heartache. I really don't like this one limit thing on difficult fights. I really would like to do them over again. But tomorrow we'll come back and we'll do the Inferno fight. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.